Complementary and supplementary angles. Well, we're kind of trying to trick you into thinking we're teaching you about angles adding up to be 90 degrees and angles adding up to be 180 degrees. But in actuality, most of this is going to be converting into radians. The complementary angles add up to pi over 2, not 90. And supplementary angles add up to 100, or add up to pi radians, not 180 degrees. It's going to be the game is more, you need to learn how to add and subtract fractions. And this is where I'm going to talk shit. Are you seriously in a STEM class? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics class? STEM class planning to go on and you still struggle with adding and subtracting fractions? It's okay, many students do, and I see many students succeed exceptionally because they do something about it. Are you going to go into this class struggling with fractions and never figure it out and just struggle your way through it so the next class you have to struggle with fractions? And then after you get done with that class, let's struggle with it once again. Where many students can spend literally an afternoon, because if you can figure out trigonometry, you sure as hell could figure out how to add and subtract some damn fractions, okay? You've been doing this for years. Let's get over this fear and let's just get this shit done. This is my little rant on this. Please learn how to add and subtract frickin' fractions. Okay, here it comes. So here's the concept. I already talked about it, but complementary angles add up to be 90 degrees. Right here, alpha and beta, there's a right angle. Alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degrees. That's what we call a complementary angle. But we want to speak about it in radians. 90 degrees is the same thing as pi over 2 radians. So that's the definition of two complementary angles. They either add 90 degrees or pi over 2 depending upon which language you're speaking or which problem that your dang online homework is asking you. Now, supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. Alpha plus beta here is equal to 180 degrees. I don't know, maybe alpha there was 50 degrees and beta was 130. They add up to be 180. And if we were to write this in our other language, that alpha plus beta would be equal to pi radians. Cool. There's our definition of complementary and supplementary. I bet you've heard the terms before. Maybe you don't remember what they are, but that's no big deal. So our game is going to be, I give you an angle. Dude, go find me its complement or its supplement. Oh, let's go get one. Let's go look at it. So let's say alpha is equal to 60 degrees. Find its complement. And that's the way we speak about it. It's complement. It's saying find the angle that adds up to be 90 degrees that goes along with it. So our beta, what we're going to go and try and find, our beta. We know if they are complementary angles that alpha plus beta must equal 90 degrees. Right? That's how it would work. We're trying to find its complement. Well, we know that alpha is 60 degrees. And then beta, 60 plus beta is equal to 90. Subtract it over and we're going to find out that our beta is equal to 30 degrees. So it appears that if you want to find the complement, it would just be 90 degrees minus whatever you were given at the beginning. And that's how you find something's complement. What's 90 minus 60 degrees? It's 30 degrees because 30 plus 60 equals 90. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go find its supplement. Supplementary angles for our alpha is equal to 60. So we need another angle added to 60 degrees that's gonna equal 180 degrees. So we're looking for, where's that frickin' beta? Where's that other one? The one we added up, it's gonna be 180 degrees. So we subtract over our 60 and we're gonna find out that our beta is a big bad 120 degrees. So there would be our complement, or our supplement. So if you're going to want to find a supplement, your general formula of it's going to be 180 degrees minus the angle, whatever you're given. And there is your understanding because we do it in degrees. That's not a big deal. I imagine a lot of you are watching this and knowing the answer before I even start to do the algebra. But now let's go. So let's take I don't know. Let's take our angle here and say, say 2 pi over 5. Let's find its complement. Well, we can use the formula from where we were right back up top, right here, this formula. Well, wait a second. We could write this in another way. We could say that beta is equal to, don't write 90 degrees. 90 degrees is the same thing as pi over 2. So pi over 2 minus your alpha. 90 degrees minus whatever that thing is. Cool. So let's go find it, right? Just adding some fractions. It's no big deal, right? We all know how to add fractions. We started doing that, what, about like 10 years ago? 10 years maybe? Yeah, about that probably, huh? So pi over 2 minus our 2 pi over 5. We're like, uh-oh. And I imagine a lot of you were staring at the pi, which you should not. That just goes along for the ride. I ignore it. I look at that as saying it's 1/2 minus 2/5. What's the answer to 1/2 minus 2/5? All you have to do is make the denominators match. This one on this side has a 5 and the other one doesn't. So what I'll do is I will give the other side a 5 and a 5 to make it match. So now the denominator of the other one needs a 2 and a 2. Now look, the denominators match with a frickin' 10. So we can say that beta is equal, so our denominator is 10, right? 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Now we have 5 pi's minus what's 2 pi times 2? 2 pi times 2, that's 4 pi. So up top we have 5 pi minus 4 pi. That's equal to just 1 pi left up top over 10. Pi over 10, that's how you add fractions. 1/2 minus 2/5. And then you just put a pi in there at the end. Yeah, 1/2, that's 5/10. Minus 4/10 equaling 1/10. And if you just put a pi into all of there, that's the problem we just did. All right, pi over 10. So now we got to, oh, if we found its complement, well, shit, we better find its supplement as well. And we could say that our fancy new formula, right? Because we have it's 180 degrees minus alpha. But now we can write it 180 degrees. We're in radians right now. We don't want this. We can say that beta is equal to 180 is the same as pi minus our alpha. Cool. Let's go find that. Let's go find this one supplement, huh? I'm going to go pop it in. So beta is equal to pi minus our 2 pi over 5. So we're going to need to get ourselves a common denominator. Well, shoot, one of them doesn't have a denominator. So we just put it over 1. Like, well, let's make it match. Pi over 1. I wonder what number we could multiply top and bottom of pi to make it match with the 5. How about 5? You know what I mean? How about we multiply top and bottom by 5? So we're going to get that beta. Sorry for my condescension. I like talking shit. I don't know, I struggled with this stuff too when I was a student. So 5 pi minus 2 pi, that's 3 pi. And now we have that beta is equal to 3 pi over 5. I know I'm minimizing the idea of adding and subtracting fractions because there's now pi's in there. But this is a very fundamental skill. You're going to just find that you're going to be losing like full letter grades on your tests, like going all the way through physics. You got to go through calculus. So like figure this shit out now. Don't make it a painful thing that's going to damage you the whole way through. So if you're struggling with this, jump up on it. Just get ahead of it. Put it in the past. Get a little victory, you know? So, okay. Next one we come in, what do we got left? Oh, we got arc length. We got area of a sector. And that's going to conclude 1-1. 1-1 is a giant section. There is so much material. It's so important that we have this on lock before we move forward. So let's wrap this one up, and I will see you in the next so we can mess around with the arc length and the area of a sector.